Hi there to all you watch lovers, welcome to Bulang & Sons, and today I hope I can inspire you with some cool watch shapes, some cool watches that are at this moment listed on our website, but most importantly watches I really love, and I want to share with you why they are relevant to me. Many of you know that I started as a vintage Rolex collector for many years now, and my main bread and butter was like Submariners, tool watches, GMTs, Daytonas, these kind of pieces that have all the classic tool watch vibe. And only over the last years I discovered more and more dress watches and more dressy watches, and certainly the last years really kind of new shapes, new designs, more kind of funky shapes. Well, first of all, I would like to start today with the watch I'm wearing today. It's not for sale, it's my private watch, and it's really cool design from Cartier. It's one of the 1970s, and it's a Cartier. It's a Gondolet Horizontal TV Jumbo, which is a rare piece. Mostly you see them in a vertical way, and this one is the horizontal, big size. For me, really, a cool statement piece on my wrist, and really wearing it now for a while. Every time I put it on, it really, keeps me looking and keeps itching. Certainly also because of the shapes and all the, little details in it. What I really like about the shape is that it still sits super comfortable on the wrist. It's very flat, but has the same time has all the depth because of the steps in the case, just to be refinement in the dial, typical classic Cartier. But because of the size, it gets a different vibe. I have been wearing this watch for a while on a leather strap, on really, refined, elegant leather strap, and just recently put it on a really cool Perlin strap, one piece, which gives it kind of even more vintage 70s, 50s, 60s feeling to me. But also now with the summer weather outside, it even offers more kind of a summer vibe, more kind of fashion statement than just a watch. So this is the Cartier I'm wearing today, and also has that kind of odd shapes, really cool vibe. Let's see the other watches on the table. Now, let's start with the Cartier, and this one is the Tank. You would say, hey, but how does it come up in the lineup of maybe some more odd shapes or funky shapes? Well, this one is the watch that started for me personally in my journey of collecting watches. Looking sideways, really started to discover more of Cartier and different things. As I said, Cartier is one of the brands that I think I wear most over the last years. And this one is a Cartier Tank Jumbo Automatique, and it's from the 70s. Back then they did it like this with an automatic movement, and they had that bevel on the back vibes, but in a great size, and sits so nice and so comfy on the wrist, really amazing. And yeah, they have become very popular over the last year, so they become more and more expensive, which is a pity in a way, because it makes them harder, to build a collection and find them. But really, honestly, this is one of the best Cartiers you can buy, and it was the one that started my journey into more in Cartier land, and starting, my look in all these kind of crazy shapes Cartier did, and crazy designs. In the meanwhile, I owned a beautiful platinum tonneau, which is rare, and you see the pictures in this. I was wearing on a Newman strap, which also gave that kind of little friction that I enjoy so much between that classic watch that you would normally expect with a suit and a very classy crocodile kind of strap, and I put it on a Newman strap because it even gives more power to the watch, gives it a completely different vibe, and wearing it with an old military jacket. Yeah, for me, I just love that contrast in it. But that's, my style. Which brings me to another Tank by Cartier, and yeah, that's maybe a little bit more, the Tank Americain, which is more known also in that world. It was designed for the American market, so they became a little bit bigger, on some bigger wrists, of course. And this one, what Cartier also does a lot, which I really enjoy with Cartier, but also Patek has it, and some Audemars Piguet also has it, and some other brands, is that the designs of the bracelets, and in this case also gold bracelet, which has so much refinement and just the right proportions, as Cartier as a jewelry brand really, I think, is almost like the best in the market. But also when you see their mesh bracelets and beads and rise and stuff like this, it's really beautiful and just adds even more vibe to the watches. Makes it even more like a statement or a jewelry on the wrist. Not everyone wants to wear a full gold bracelet, not only for the weight, but also some find it maybe a little bit too, too shiny or a little bit into your face. You can also, of course, wear them with a beautiful, leather strap, everything. But the case shapes of that kind of age yeah, it's so stunning. I really, really enjoy what Cartier has done over the more than 100 years. The tonneau I owned in platinum, the design is more than 100 years old. It's crazy how they are still timeless and still, you know, contemporary and relevant today. Which brings us to a little bit, you know, different shapes by Cartier in this case also. And this one is a little bit smaller. It's called a Cartier ceinture. And what I really love about this one is the simplicity of the design. The case has still, you know, all these kind of dimensions in it. It has steps in it on the top and on the bottom, which gives it a little bit more, you know, heights and everything. Even if you look at the glass, that has a certain kind of detail and winding everything. So there's a lot of detail in it. The dial has that classic Cartier vibe. The crown is integrated into the case, which is really nicely designed. So it all is designed, you know, to give kind of a simplicity, but at the same time so much refinement, which makes it so timeless, but also, you know, so cool on the wrist. And also this one is a smaller watch. I love to wear it on my right wrist, where most of my watches might look small to you, but I really love that trend that also you see on the Instagram and everywhere over the last years, that, you know, almost like the Italians do, wear a smaller watch in a really cool way, gives it a total different vibe. Just that understatement of a watch on your wrist really itches my heart. So I really love that kind of shape. By Cartier you also give it in different sizes, also a jumbo size, which is bigger. And this one is the manual wind, average size, mid-size version. What you see a lot is with other jewelry brands like Chopard or other ones like the Tiffany that we look later at. They use the same kind of shapes of cases for their brand designs and also marketed them. So you see here another one that is a Chopard, and it's also the ceinture kind of case, just a bigger size as you compare them. So you know, from Cartier you get kind of almost the same size also. So the Chopard has the same kind of refinement in the case, also a hidden kind of crown. This one is a quartz movement. And what I really like about this one is because it has a gold dial also, not the white dial like the Cartier, but a gold dial. It has just the 12 on it, the hands, little Chopard writing, and certainly all the glory goes to the case. So what is really cool is that it has that understatement and then putting all the spotlight on the case shapes, which with all the watches I'm showing you today really is the thing. The case shapes is really different and make different. There where I come from the Rolex world, where always the dial, the kind of the face was the center of the piece. You know, the dial, the most important part often of a Rolex watch. With these kind of watches, the case shapes are the stars. They, you know, add so much mojo on your wrist. So the Chopard, bigger size, same kind of vibe, really cool piece, also in a more modest price range. So that's really nice alternative. Next one is also in a kind of Cartier vibe. It's not a Cartier, it's done by Tiffany & Co. And it also has that step case that not everyone knows that kind of model, but for you know, reminds us a lot on a Cristallo by Cartier. I own a Cristallo by Cartier, and also again it's a watch which is so beautiful designed. The case has all these kind of, you know, steps and rings, and really has all the dimensions and depth to it. I had also wearing it for 1.5 years, really cool, again with that military jacket, that contrast in there. For me, that breaking styles and creating new things with it really amazed me. Really enjoying that, and the same goes with this Tiffany & Co. Of course, most of you will know Tiffany & Co. as a brand, the famous jewelry brand, you know, with stores all over the world. And in this case, the case maker of this one is the same that also Cartier uses. So again, you know, it all comes together, and this one is really stunning. A great size, 25 by 35 millimeters, which really, even on my right hand or on my left hand, really adds so much mojo. Easy piece that, you know, gives you more than just a dress watch, but with this cool case shape and dimension, yeah, it keeps being interesting on your wrist. With every angle, you know, you will see new lights, new play of light, shades and everything. The shape changes. Really stunning, vibrant piece on your wrist. So we had the, let's say, funky shapes that have kind of steps and all these kind of things by Cartier and Chopard in this case. We really enjoy. And last but not least, I have two pieces here that are coming from the most prestige watch brands, among the most prestige watch and brands in the world, Patek Philippe and Vacheron Constantin. And you know, where these are more kind of jewelry pieces with really, you know, cool case shapes to add some more, you know, style or shape to the case. These are case shapes that add not only kind of style and jewelry kind of quality, but they also add protection. So which are really, really stunning pieces, rare. Both are in red gold. The Patek also combined with white gold, which really adds even more dimension to it. They both have dials you can't see in normal, you know, position. Great size, great weight. Both feel like jewelry on the wrist, but in a different way. And the Patek is really, you know, one of the most surprising watches to me this year. Really love that piece. When I saw a picture of it, I knew I need to get it. I need to have it. Different reasons. I take you on board on which ones. And as said, this one, you don't see the time when you begin with. You only see a really cool piece of jewelry, great weight. You really feel the quality on your wrist. And if you want to read the time, you know, you have two buttons here, you push them and the watch opens up. So you see a hood opens and you can see the dial and the time. And the funny thing even is with the hood is the inside of the hood is almost like a mirror. So you can see the dial from different angles, from back and forth. And you could even use it as a spy watch when you put it on your wrist. You want to spy on what's behind you, happening behind you. But it's really stunning opening of the dial. You can see the time, and what I really like is the combination of, and people who know me for a little while and have followed me over the years know that I'm really in love with salmon dial watches. You know, I had a few Datejust, I had a few chronographs from the 40s, Longines and Omega caliber 33.3 with salmon dials, which were stunning pieces. I moved on and I regret selling the salmon dial Datejust forever because I can't find another one. They're so rare and so beautiful. But this one is a Patek with a salmon dial, really special, combines with a red gold case and the white gold. Yeah, just stunning combination. Super stylish, super refined, super elegant, and super cool with that case that closes up and opens up with the push of some buttons. Again, you know, one moment you have just a piece of jewelry on your wrist, and the next moment it's a watch. And what it is for sure, it's a talking piece for everyone that you go to a watch meeting, someone will have that watch, it will be a talking piece. So I hope it will find a great new home because it really is a stunning piece and deserves someone who really loves it and wears it every day. The next one is the Vacheron Constantin. Also has a great dimension, size. You know, you see the case is also rectangular, really beautiful condition. Also red gold is written, some nice embroiderments in the side, really refined. And this one has also the secret in it. Again, when you look at it, you only see the gold, you know, front closed up, protecting the dial. And then when you want to see the time, there's a little, you know, button here that you push sideways, and what will open up, you know, shutters. So these are shutters that close and open when you know, swipe it, and that will bring you the time. And that is really also a stunning feature. You know, when you look at it, you can see the time, you see the little Vacheron movement, the time. Also the dial has all these dimensions. So when you look at different angles, it's so alive, it's so really cool feature. You know, also again, a talking piece. And also a fantastic size on the wrist. If you don't want to see the time, it's kind of a jewelry on your wrist. If you want to see the time, you just, you know, flip that little button and then it opens up the time. So yeah, again, these are a few pieces that we enjoy having in the house and also enjoy offering to you, and hope mostly to inspire you to look at different vibes, different, you know, watches, all kind of new territory that helps you on your journey to stay fresh and find new things and switch watches, you know, from sporty watch to a really cool gold dressy watch to more like a fashion statement like these Cartiers with oddie shapes, or like mine that I bought recently and will enjoy for the next month and summer to come. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you know, when you have any question, contact me, or even if you are from this area, we are in the south of the Netherlands, come by, you know, visit us, have a look at a watch live. You are always welcome. We are happy to share our passion with you, share our watches with you. Make an appointment. It's on appointment only, so welcome. And I hope next time, you know, we will bring you some different watches, some new vibes again, and inspire you also for time to come. Thanks for watching and see you next time.